Let the wind lead.
Yeah. Huh?
On me.
Yeah.
On me.
Huh? Yeah. Huh?
On me.
Huh? Yeah.
On me.
Yeah.
Thunder! antsy? On me.
Yeah.
Cut! Shred 'em! Up the ante! Thunder! Up the ante! Thunder!
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
On me. Thunder!
Shred 'em!
On me.
Huh?
On me.
I like to drink on occasion. Any and every occasion. Good one.
that ended. Oz, reveal. I swear by my sword.
Yarr! Right!
Eyes on me! By royal wind, hear me.
Right! Shred him! Shred him!
Go is flat! Oz, reveal!
Right! Maria sweeping in! Shred him! Shred him!
Power that ended. Barbados, guide us. By royal
Right! Shred him! On me!
I just realized you couldn't hear me during any of that. I had the freaking thing muted. Motherfucker. Well, either way, I got this all set up. And at any of those points I was staying still was because I had screenshot stuff. Okay, we're going to go back to here. We're going to go back in. And we're doing more tests. I was going to check to see if my mic was still, set to the right thing. And I noticed, that's weird. The symbol shouldn't have a cross through it. Bruh. Anyway, we're going to start this again. This time we are using a different team. We're using the other team. So this is almost the same. We're switching to the cryo team, so I need... Where is she? Sucrose, because I need Hexazircle. And then I need...
I will do as you command.
There we go. But yeah, I was annoyed because you can't leave. And the reason I was having issues with starting earlier was because I don't have square. Square is my ultimate button. Triangle is not. But because the people themselves set the buttons for this stuff, that forced it to be the different button, which is a little annoying. Either way, this should be still set to 60 seconds, so we should still have time. And the things I noticed was I was doing different types of things, and what I noticed was... what I was talking about was the fact that if you do this, normally a character can't do their charge attack after their final hit, but Varka is the only character that can that isn't like one of these characters. Yeah, recently only ranged characters can do it. Melee characters cannot. I will probably test it at some other point with other things, but that's not the point of this test. The point of this test is to just figure out who is the best of these characters, or of my teams, and also just do a bunch of other Varka tests. Alrighty. What I did learn is that the charge attack form is better. Alright.
My will embodied.
I keep pressing the wrong button!
Off to the freezer. Goose on the loose. Swirl. Mark 2. best.
Free! Splash! Splash!
A dash of from. Transfigure.
Shred 'em! Sure!
Okay, yeah, that does much more damage, even though I was playing fairly poorly overall, because I skipped before I could get to the Shenhe and the Scoffier ults. Well, I don't really need the Scoffier one, I do need the Shenhe one. But even then, it was doing way more damage. Cryo is definitely probably going to be the one with the highest damage, because I have both Scoffy and Shenhe, so that's probably going to be a pretty big factor. But doing 2 million in a 60-second period, that is definitely... Yeah, 20 million damage per minute is not bad for me at all. Probably have stronger teams, of course, but I'm not here playing for strength purely. But like, he's doing way more than enough damage. This is mostly just to prove the fact that people are just wrong. I do like how my Scoffy is also still doing 6-digit damage. Probably because of the Shenhe buff, but you know. It's still damage buff. Also, yes, the Shenhe skill is actually worse for Varka, but the amount of hits you get matters. Did I screenshot this one? Oh, I didn't have stuff on. I'm gonna have to do that again. Give me a moment. I have to do that all again. Give me a moment. Hold on. How do I get it all on? I need to have this graph. Got it. I had it on for a second. There we go. Okay. I need that. I need this. There we go. Getting it to turn on is annoying. And then I needed... Where was it? Stats. There we go. I need all this information. Trust me.
By ordinance divine.
Nope, wrong character.
A little amuse. Animal Tech 6308. Animal.
Free! Shred 'em!
Stay clear.
Free!
Transfiguration. Cryoing cup. Animal Tech 63. Off to the freezer.
Up the ante!
Okay. Wow, you did even way more damage because I was actually trying that time a little harder. Wow, 20... Where it's like 38.6 damage, or for 6k damage per second is way more than high enough for anything in the game that isn't like the last levels of the stupid high-level content stuff. That was impressive. And also, now this time Scoffy did 390,000. So you almost hit 400k there. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alrighty. That's enough for that. Now I can actually leave. Where's finish? I am so glad to whoever made this. It's so in-depth, and I actually needed something like... I'm gonna put this real quick. All right. Let's go in with the Hydro team. So I'm gonna go grab. I'm gonna go back in. Where is she?
Let the wind lead.
It would probably be better to keep Sucrose in there, but that's not really the point. The point is that this is me testing the teams I like to use. Where is she? Wait, where am I looking for again? I completely got myself confused.
This is
For some reason, I
destiny.
was still in the second slot. Then I need Farina.
I have high hopes for this journey.
Here, I definitely need to use the ult.
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine. Fate is upon you. Delve into wait. Hear me. Go as
Cut! Shred 'em! Cut! Shred 'em!
Playing sloppily, I'll be honest.
let me scribe. Decided by destiny.
Most of the damage will still be coming from
Cut!
Mona's ult, so I don't have to worry. Most of his DPS.
Jab!
Go as one. Barbados. Strike a pose. Let the world come on. Fate is upon you.
Maria sweeping in! Splash!
Oh, there we go. Oh, I forgot. Okay, I have to restart again. I keep forgetting that they don't keep your. I'm used to not having to change a bunch of stuff every time. Okay, I forget. I just wish you could. Really?
Ah,
Really? Can I restart, please? Thank you. Okay. I need to turn everything back on again. You can also have a free look at my stats, I guess. If you haven't already seen them. I don't really hide them. They're all in my account. I don't care. There we go. Alright, let's try that again. With the actual stuff this time. I need to remember which buttons I need to press in what order.
how brilliant.
Oh.
Let my name
Give me a second.
song.
I have to wait again. God damn it, dude. At least I didn't, worry about the ultimate, so. Waiting for that to disappear. There we go. I can do this. Alright.
Yoo-hoo! Time to shine. Written in the stars. Shadows of. I swear by my sword.
Cut! Shred 'em! Splash!
Fate is upon you. Wind, hear me. Let the world collide. Decided by destiny. Delves into
Maria sweeping in! Surge! Okay, shred 'em!
Alrighty. Save that. Okay. I like how interesting. Furina did almost as much damage as Varka. That's what's wild. Holy crap. I mean, it makes sense. It's freaking Furina. She's ridiculously strong, but I find it very interesting that on this team, she did almost as much damage as he did. But he himself was doing surprisingly little damage, I'm realizing. Which is fascinating. Like, if I look at the previous runs... Well, actually... Wait. Why do I have two things for this team? What? Oh, I took two screenshots. What the heck? Weird. Anyways, if I look at the previous teams... Yeah, okay, it looks like for the other teams... Varka did about this, did slightly more than he does in the Electro team, but for only about 50% of the work, because Furina did the other 50%. In the previous run, he put in 76%. So it's fascinating that, I guess that makes sense. Furina's a sub DPS, so that would work. But I'd feel like he'd be doing more damage because of the buff. I'm surprised he wasn't. Interesting. I'll have to check that out later. Okay, for now, we have to leave and then go back in and do with the Pyro team. This one I'm expecting to do maybe about the same amount. I'm not really sure. Pyro is the more interesting one of them, I believe, or in my opinion. And do you remember trying one of them played because it's faster? Let's do this again. Need to grab Sucrose again, because I don't own the one singular Pyro character that can do that.
Will succeed.
I need... what order was it? Should be you and then Bennett.
You want me on your team?
But I think Bennett might make the difference for his personal damage, so... I don't know which is longest. I think Bennett's is the longest. Oh, wrong button again.
Teamwork is dreamwork. Let's eat this. Swirl, Mark 2. Stay clear. Out of the frying pan. I'm going in.
Okay, shred 'em!
Oh yeah, this is definitely making good on his personal damage.
Splash!
Animal hypostasis emulation. You're toast. Mama, let's light it up. Everybody.
Okay, shred 'em!
Oh wow, holy crap. Okay, so Pyro is doing more damage than I knew it was doing. Here, this is the first time I've actually used him with Bennett. Previously, I had... Shen... What did I have again? Xinyan. Brain was confused. I was trying to say Shan Yun. And I was like, no, that's not right. But, interesting. But this time, most of it's his personal damage again. Again, take a screenshot. Oh, I have to do it again, I just realized. Fuck. Hold on, let's delete that. I have to do it again. Hold on. Let me get these buttons. I keep forgetting to activate the buttons. Okay. It's really annoying to turn those on because they're buttons that already exist. So it's a little annoying to get those two up. Okay. So let's do this time properly. Now let's do...
Nice and spicy. Eat this! Teamwork is dreamwork. Swirl, mark 2.
Flash! Flash!
Let's light it up. Boba, get them. Stand clear. Everybody stand back.
There's nothing there to look at. What's interesting is that the unrestrictiveness of the thing is what's making such a difference. The lack of restriction on his special charge attack makes it super interesting because you have to do a lot of extra timing. Like, it didn't do as much damage that time, but that's just a small margin of difference. Looking at them now that I've done all four. So yeah, if we're looking at all four of them, Electro has by far the worst total damage because there's the only buff I'm getting is from Fischl's Witch's Eve. And what's interesting is that, yeah, Cryo not only has the highest DPS out of all of them, but also peak of any moment. At 568. And the most total damage from him. Although the difference in damage between the Pyro and the Cryo one from him personally was almost non-existent. In fact, he actually does more personal damage in Pyro. Actually, no, I'm wrong. I'm reading them backwards for some reason. He does more personal damage in the Cryo team, but only by 70k. A literal worth 2 seconds of difference.
Sure feels good to get away from my desk. Now, where's a good spot for a nap?
Fascinating. What's more interesting is the Electro had the peak at the end. Cryo was at the very beginning. Hydra was more in the middle, and then Pyro was once again in the beginning. Fascinating. I'll have to look through this stuff more later. I don't know how long I've been doing this. That's too long. 30 minutes too short?
I like to drink on occasion.
Okay.
Any and every occasion.
What I will say is that while I can sit here and still speak,
good one.
is how long would it take before I started doing stuff again? I'll have to move to like 17 minutes. Okay, but I'll say this has been really interesting. I'm worried I can't change anything while in this menu. I wish this like attributes was like on the bottom left or something. Make it a little easier to read. I'll say it is interesting to like be able to see all the stats from here. It is very, very unique. Yeah, what's interesting is that Xiangling has more crit damage or crit rate than Varka. Because that's just how I build characters. I don't bother with the super big, insane grinds to get insane crit ratios. Is there anything else I want to do while I'm in here at the moment that I can't just do later for fun? Yeah, multiple enemies would definitely be more unique to test with because the main difference between his skill and his charge attack, or the special skill and the special charge attack, is that the skill version is much better at dealing with crowds because it's a wide AoE attack centered on himself. Meanwhile, the charge attack is mostly just targeting one enemy in front of him. The charge attack has more DPS. I already knew this from a while ago. When I first started using him, back during his initial trial, because I read the percentages between the skill and the charge attack variant and saw that the charge attack variant was stronger. It is still skill damage, but it is stronger. And I also realized that that even though it was stronger, it was very poor at dealing with enemies, especially if they were a little bit farther apart. Not like insanely far apart, but if like one enemy is like on this side and enemies on this side, he can at least still hit both. If I can show it off real quick. Because of its wide-ass range. Yeah, you can see it covers basically the whole area. Let me actually... hold on, I can reset. I get rid of all the graphs. Okay, get rid of the graphs. I can add enemy. So max is at 3. So like here I can hit all 3. The problem is this is a bad example because they're close together. Can I get them farther away? No. That is one thing we can't test here, is how it affects enemies that are farther away. But otherwise, we can do everything. Either way, that's cool. Alrighty. That's enough testing for today.